that Daviness took into consideration around that were, one, Gen Xers spend money on themselves. I actually raised a couple of Gen Xers, so I know this very well. You know, spend money on themselves. It might not be, you know, and generally it's within your means. And so they developed this line of almost instantaneous masks, hair masks, for a number of different needs that don't cost a lot of money. I mean, the price point is amazing. I think it's what, $11 or something? Yeah. So that's incredible. And each packet, in case you don't know this, has more than one application. And what I was very careful to tell my guests that is, this isn't one application. You're going to waste it if you do.
Well, that's what's nice that they screw like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So 2 applications, sometimes even more. Like Restless Circle, which is my favorite one. Restless Circle, I tell my clients 3 to 4, actually. Nicole, even, I haven't felt your hair, but it looks like you have a lot of hair. Yeah. So even with your thickness and length of hair, I'd say Restless Circle would probably be a good, even maybe 3 applications in your hair.
If you want to use this for other information, for the quick fix circle, I got about 4.
That's
I know
awesome.
that's just here to here.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was worth it.
Great.
Oh, you got 4 applications out of it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did
And
mix it a
you know,
little
you
bit.
bring up a very good point too, Kat, you know, where you applied that. What Daviness did was they also came up with the concept of multi-masking. You know, because some of them are beneficial for the scalp, some are beneficial for the midlegs and the ends. So you could apply different masks to different parts of the head or the hair. So that's great too. The other thing that they did when they developed this was they looked at the use of superfoods. Right? We all know what superfoods are. So some of them have, you know, mangoes, green tea in some of them, all of that kind of stuff. So superfoods, high in antioxidants. So maybe, you know, you did something that wasn't real good for your hair, or you're out partying or something, and you need something to just kind of nourish it. Superfoods, just like maybe you would for your body. So yeah. So all right, so I'm just gonna go right down how they're right here on the shelf. So Restless Circle, like I said, Restless Circle is one of my favorites. In Restless Circle, the key ingredient in it, the superfood, chia seeds. So chia seeds, high in antioxidants, very healing for the hair. And also what it does in Restless Circle is it helps with elasticity. So think of this as anti-breakage. This is your anti-breakage Circle Chronicle. Hi there, come on in.
Hi, come on in.
Hi.
There's a seat for you. Oh, Penny baby. Thank you.
Yeah, what's your name? Kennedy, nice to meet you. Yeah,
What's your name?
I'm Dennis. Yeah, and we just got started, so you're perfect. You're right on time. Yeah. So this one sets itself apart from the others in a few key ways. First of all, the processing time. Processing time on most all of them is 10 minutes. This one is really limitless. It's designed to be put in dry hair, and then it's for that person who doesn't have time. So you put it in your hair, you go to the gym, you go to the grocery store, you go to bed, whatever, and then you rinse it out whenever time permits. I love this one. I actually have one of these at my station that in certain hair types I use as a styling product. So I'm all done with their service. I'm gonna dry their hair. I like it for that. Somebody who has just like really nice natural waves, I think would be great in your hair. You just kind of scrunch it in a little bit of damp hair, and you can leave it just as is, or if you want to lightly diffuse it in there, you can. And nobody would know that person walking down the street is walking down the street with a mask.
Yeah.
So it's really, really good for that. Okay. Questions about that? No?
I love that it goes on dry hair.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I've been doing hair long enough. I think that a lot of times when guests are like unsure or they don't want to commit to something, one of the first things, I don't have time. Well, guess what? Throw that in your hair and go to the store. Who doesn't have time for that?
Like everybody does like slick backs on their last day now before wash. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, but that's like doing it though, instead of like gel or something. Get over
I don't know
there.
why.
And actually, and you can think of it, it's an anti-breakage. So where's that tell you it's going to go in the hair?
Right.
On the ends. So they could slick back a
Smooth it
pony
all
and then
out,
work
yeah.
it through the ends of the pony. That's
Yep.
great.
Or do a little bun even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Or braid, I guess. That'd be good for braids too.
Quick fix. This is the other one that isn't the straight 10 minutes. I mean, it tells you right in the name, quick fix, 3 minutes max. Or I'm sorry, minimum. You can do more, it's not gonna hurt anything. None of these will over-protonize the hair, so in case you're worried about that, it's not gonna cause a protein buildup in the hair. Key ingredient in the quick fix circle, yes.
How does it not?
It just doesn't,
It's the kind of protein, right?
just
that
doesn't build up. Yeah, so
Mhm.
when you rinse it out of the hair, it fully rinses out of the hair to such a way that if you apply it again, it's not gonna cause any problem. So, yeah.
Because I mean, your hair can only absorb so much, but I guess that's where I get confused with that
Well,
being over
it's
protein.
it's also like you're thinking of like you know, I think the technology now isn't as much like that. Do you know what I mean? The way that they're getting like the keratin and like, you know, you do like all the amino acids and stuff are in there too. It's not gonna just like the cat that used to just break the hair off, you know, like
Yeah.
it's not gonna do that. But the cheaper stuff probably still will. You know what I mean? That's like
I'm glad I asked.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did too. The other thing I didn't mention is, you notice all these have a little color to them. So that comes from natural clays that are used, Brazilian clay, and high in minerals. So, you know, a good portion of your hair is minerals, mineral salts, that kind of thing. And so it helps to remineralize the hair. So that's why those are in there. The only one that's not, doesn't contain clay is the purity circle, and I'll talk about that when I get to it. That one I actually kind of geek out on because there's so many cool things about it. But anyway, back to quick fix. Key ingredient is hyaluronic acid. And hyaluronic acid, it's in skincare, right? It has a plumping, moisturizing effect. Similar thing with quick fix.
and this one's mostly for hydration. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, for
Okay.
hydration,
Okay.
yeah. And quick fix, hyaluronic acid is essentially a sugar. And so it's going to attach to the hair and it's going to infuse moisture into the hair at the parts where it's needed. And that's how this works. Okay? Hyaluronic acid. 3 minutes. Bam, done. And I used to be real nervous, like Kat, if I had a client with your colored blonde, when this first came out, I was real nervous about because it's orange, right?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I was so excited. I was like,
Yeah.
how do you strawberry? I didn't
Yeah. It has no color deposit, so you don't have to worry about it.
That's good to know though, because
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What's next? Oh, wake up circle. I love this one because the key ingredient is rhodiola extract. Is anybody here into? Well, it sounds like Garrett is. Is anybody else into like holistic medicine and that kind of stuff? Yeah. So rhodiola extract is actually a Scandinavian herb that's been used for thousands of years in Chinese medicine to create a feeling of alertness, and it also has been used to treat alopecia.
Wow.
So this one is really nice. It's nice.
Here, I'm sorry, but where is that?
Rhodiola.
Rhodiola.
Oh, and it's right on the. I'm just going to take a liberty here. It's right here. Read it upside down. There we go. Right there.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So it's really nice for the scalp. It's stimulating to the scalp. So think of that. This is one that's beneficial to the hair as well because with the purple clay in there, it's going to remineralize the hair, do all those wonderful things. But also this one is stimulating for the scalp. So if you're doing a multi-mask, this wouldn't be a good one to apply to the scalp if you're going to apply something else to the release the heads. All right. In fact, I think, yeah, you know what? Just so you guys know, this is a point of reference. I'm not going to go over it, but on the flip side of those papers are some examples of ways to multi-mask. So yeah. Do you have these user guides? Do you want one, Garrett?
I do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. What a mess this.
Well,
Thank you.
okay. Purity circle. Are you ready for me to geek out on this?
Yes.
I love this. This is my favorite of all. I like all the masks. This is my favorite one. So, funny story. My husband has a chin beard that at least half of it needs to go. But, I mean, anyone in here in a relationship, you pick your battles, right? Yeah. So I don't talk about his beard. But the other funny thing is, anything I bring home as Daviness is going to go right in his beard. Anything, everything. And this is one of the things. So he has this white chin beard. By the way, if you hear me refer to somebody called Towel Boy, that's my husband. The whole SOS crew, Salon Only Sales crew, my husband's known as Towel Boy. But anyway, back to Purity Circle. So it's purifying. It's really, really great. I mean, right now, how many of you are dealing with like icky swimmer hair coming back in your chair, or maybe somebody got into a funky lake or river or something, and there's something in there, or I raised one of these, so I feel like I can speak from experience. Stinky boy hair. You know those teenage boys? It's like, come on, why do you smell like that?
Yeah.
I have an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. In my house.
Just
Why?
started
Why?
to-
They shower
What is
more
that?
than, like,
Let's see. It's like,
He showers
what's
every
that?
day now, but my son is 11 and a half.
Okay. Yep.
And just like
Yeah.
I'd say in the last 6 months, I'm literally just like next to him, like, is that,
Right.
who's that coming off of? And I'm always like, is that me? Then I'll get close to him and be like, no, that's you.
Yep.
And their bedrooms always smell kind of weird. Like,
He showers
Yeah.
like every night. He's in the shower
It's
all the
so
time,
weird.
but
It's
oh,
like, bro, what is
Yeah.
that? Yeah. So
like
anyway, the Purity
onions
Circle.
and
So pure.
That's the smell of puberty.
Just like spread them with a Purity Circle, head to toe. But anyway, here's what I mean. There's so many great things about Purity Circle. It's incredibly purifying, and it also is moisturizing. But this is the only one without a clay base to it. Oh, matcha tea extract in there as well. This one, have you worked with it? It's like this really dark gray, right? Okay, well,
I'm not
it's
used
super
to
dark
that.
gray. The reason is we're a sustainable hair company, right? It is eco-certified bamboo charcoal. Let me just break that
Okay.
down because it's like, I don't know if you're like me, but it's like, oh, words. What does that mean? But eco-certified bamboo charcoal. So, first of all, when they source the bamboo, they don't cut down the whole bamboo tree. They take the tops because then it continues to grow,
Love that.
which is cool. Then they have to make the charcoal. So it's in this special furnace where it doesn't emit any gases or anything. It's all contained within this furnace that's burnt at such a high degree that it creates, this really nice bamboo charcoal that is then used in this. And I'm going to come back to Talboy's beard. So gray hair, white hair, blonde hair, it gets kind of yellowy, right? It takes it right out. I can always tell when he's
Oh.
used this because his beard is
Ooh.
like shiny and white, still way too long, but has a little wave to it. I mean, it's
Doesn't it
incredible.
makes you wonder
Like,
what-
it
what's in
takes
our
out
hair,
pretty quickly?
too.
Hmm?
take the discoloring out pretty quickly.
I mean, 10 minutes processing time, but yeah, I feel like it does. Yeah.
You gotta try that on her.
I have a client with naturally curly hair. We've been letting her natural blonde
Yeah.
white grow in, and she's like a stunning, like that white people want. And we stopped highlighting her because where I was opening the cuticle was always turning yellow, and all of a sudden her ends were turning like a yellow brown. And I was like, I don't understand. I did a Malibu treatment on her. I did hard water treatments. Couldn't
She
budget.
said she didn't change anything.
Yeah,
like,
couldn't
there
budget
was-
off of her hair.
waxing
She's
style.
got, yeah, I'm like, do you have a filter? She's got a filter. Couldn't budget. She finally said, after me, and I didn't want to use lightener again. I tried the mask lightener, like maybe I just use that and just kind of bump this, and I did, and I toned her, but then she came back in and it was like brown again, and she was like, is she using an oil? And then she was like, I've been making this oil and it's brown. And now her hair is like stained, but I wonder if this would help pull.
Does she
It
flat
might-
iron
it-
it? Does she flat iron it?
Nope, natural
She
curls.
doesn't take like a hot.
Never
It's
really really curly curly all the
Natural
time.
curls, yeah.
But
It
it's the
might take
oil.
more than, like, the first time, it might take some, it might take more than one.
But like something to help
Yeah.
on that way,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like maybe even, I've never tried this, but just as I'm thinking about it, solutions for her, maybe even just put it on dry hair and heat it up a little bit.
Yeah, and tell her to
and
go
then, and then
put it on, tell her to go sit outside for a while.
Yeah.
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 And it hasn't been, how long has it been that she's been using that oil? Well, she stopped now, obviously.
Yeah. She
But-
said it like dawned on her when she was making it. She was like,
Uh-huh.
oh,
She's
this oil is the same
Yeah.
color my
'Cause I
hair
had
is.
to write that happened to with Moroccan oil even, yeah.
That's
Well, maybe, hopefully the molecular structure of the oil is large enough that.
That's what I was kind of
maybe-
thinking,
yeah.
rinse right back out,
Slops off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like she said it was like an avocado oil maybe or something.
I mean, what are they?
YouTube. I blame YouTube. Yeah.
Right?
All right,
Oh, I'm
spotlight
gonna try
circle.
that.
So spotlight circle is high shine. So somebody who has a special event. I did some snooping. I looked on your social media. I noticed you guys do lots of great updos and wedding hair and stuff like that. This is really a great one to create that high shine in somebody's hair. So this one would be one really. I mean, think of where that shine light hits on their hair, and this is ideally right where that's going to go. It's not. I mean, sure, you could put it scalp to ends, but really it's high shine. So moringa oil is the key ingredient in this, and that's very nourishing. It's high in fatty acids, and so if you're using hot tools and that kind of stuff on the hair, it's got those fatty acids in it that can help to protect the hair shaft. Another key ingredient in this is mica powder, finely ground mica powder, which is going to give a huge high refraction to the light. So that's spotlight circle. I mean, even when you use it, you can feel it on your hands. The texture of it compared to the other ones is just really kind of thick. Yeah, juicy. Oh, that's a great way to. I'm gonna steal that.
I've been using it on my extension clients when I do a move up. I usually take their extensions and do a treatment on them while they're processing. And I've been using that on their extension hair, and it's made it like brand new hair
Perfect.
again.
Smoothing and it's those
So shiny.
those fats in there, those plant-based fats. Yeah. Renaissance circle. So this one, it's both funny and awkward when I give this to a client because it says right at the very top, have you noticed this? Hopeless hair extreme repair mask. I've had so many clients, I'll be like, I think this would be good for your hair, just ignore what the label says.
Yeah.
And then they'll look at the label and be like,
Don't take it
do I have
personal.
hopeless hair? And I'm like, no, you don't have hopeless
Yeah.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a cool thing, babasu butter. Babasu butter comes from this plant that grows at the foothills of the Himalayas. And you can eat every single part of the plant, and it's good for your body. It's good internally for you. And when I was in India, and I'm teaching this to the folks in India, they call it, what do they call it? Chopstick. I don't know why chopstick, but they call it chopstick. And so I'd be teaching it, and then the director of education, my good buddy Shahid, who I work with every day, he would pop in. Sometimes, like I'd be teaching, he'd pop in to help take my words and make them, more understandable for folks. And he'd say, "Oh no, not chopstick, drumstick. That's it, drumstick." And everybody go, "Oh." So anyway, also good for your hair, but really, really high in amino acids. It has a restructurizing effect on the hair. It really just nourishes that really, really, think of people who are married to their hot tools, people who are married to their chemical services, all those folks. That's who gets this. And this one, I really want to drive home the point that you really want to apply it to the parts of the hair shaft that you need it. Sure, it'll be beneficial up here, but chances are, if you're using Renaissance Circle, it's on somebody who really needs it down here. So that's a really nice multi-mask opportunity for you right there. Okay, great. Let it go circle. They did something cool with this one. Is what they did was they, in addition to thinking of things that were good for the scalp and the hair, this one also has, this is brahmi oil in it, which is also good and stimulating for the scalp. But the aroma of the Let It Go circle is bitter orange. And what they found with bitter orange, or I shouldn't say they found, but what a property of bitter orange is, it's very calming for the senses. So this is one that, in addition to thinking of something that's good for your scalp and your hair, they did something that's going to kind of just calm you down a little bit, take a little bit of a break. So somebody who's stressed, somebody who has stressed scalp, stressed hair, stressful life, Let It Go Circle will be really, really good for them. Okay? So there, I just kind of blew through Let It Go pretty quickly. But you know, it's nice because it's a small family of products, and each one serves a specific need, and then also they can be used in conjunction with each other to address multiple needs.